So dear Dhamma friends, and we was talking about few topics, and we talk about Arogya Paramalabha, how the health become important for our life. Santukti Paramandanam, what is the happiness. Viswasa Paramanyati, and what is the confident faith, and how we can achieve to that. And today we're going to talk about Nibbanam Paramam Sukha. Nibbana, the Nirvana, is the highest point that we trying to achieve as Buddhist followers. That what is Nirvana? It is very hard to explain in the beginning. Like sometimes people ask how you can explain without achieving to that. And as example, it like this. Sometimes you heard some places, some country, you never been there, but you know for sure it is beautiful. And some countries, you never been there, but you know for sure it is very dangerous area. So like that, this about the Nirvana, first you have to have an idea what this is, how it can be. That idea is very important, because to set up a goal, that when you become clear with that idea is very important. Like that, this whole path is based with this Nirvana. The Nirvana is ultimate bliss. Another way, if you stop this becoming, then it called the Nirvana. Then sometimes people ask, okay, once you achieve to Nirvana, what going to happen to you? Nothing will happen to you. Then they say, then there is no point. Actually, there is no point. Once you start to, think that if you try to get in there and if you try to do something there, then still what you're doing, you following your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind to become. So the Nirvana is, in the very basic way, is not to follow your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, not to become yourself. So, as example, that for you, you have future plans with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and maybe for one day, for a week, for a month, for a year. And that plans based with your inside desires, and you trying to enrich that desires and you pondering to the future. This help you to become. This help you to have this life. If in case you see this system and yourself by the power of your understanding and mind, once you start to cut down this, the strength that you want to become, you want to, that satisfied your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and that if you can cut down that, and then you will understand what is this nirvana. Actually it can understand. Otherwise, how, this can happen? So there is different ways that people can understand things. And to understand this, there is a very easy way. As example, to understand the darkness and the daytime, and sometimes you can say, so when there is no sun, when there is no sun, it becomes dark. So that whatever you have, using that, you try to understand something what behind that. So as example, that to understand day, how the day look like, daytime. So at night time, you can use that night, that nature to understand. As example, when there is no darkness, it is a daytime. So like that, to understand what is nirvana and how it can be so blissful like that. Why this is that important to have. So we can use that, the tools we have around us. So that's important. Another thing is that before you understand what is the nature of this life, you will never understand what is nirvana. Once the person understands what is the real nature of this life, and that helps him to understand what is this nirvana. Of course it is possible. Otherwise, what the point, practicing this all? Sometimes even some monks or some teachers and some people say, no, you cannot understand this way. No. That's why the Buddha mentioned, go and teach this, because everybody has the power to understand this. But it's different and take times according to that person and his practice. So first you need to understand what is this life. The most of time that we believe in the self, ourself, I am. So if you actually look what you can do, if you think this is I am, what you can do for this life, that you will see this whole system is a prison. We are in a trap. As example, our life means this our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. Your eyes. Can you escape from your eye if it is yours? Can you close your eyelid? Do you think that your eye going to be there like that the way you want? No, somehow, it will open. And if you think this nose is yours, when the smell comes, and you can shut down it there. But you cannot do that. It's coming. If this ear is yours, when I talk, and you just think, oh, this sound not should come to me. Because this is my ear. I have the authority to, close it down myself. Can you do that? No. Even you, that's why sometimes people talking, and it's like killing you, but you have to listen what to do. So like that you have to understand. It is the lesson to tell you, hey, this ear is not mine. See this person talking. I have to listen. There's no way. And this body, it has its own conditions, which you cannot escape from that. You cannot play with this body as the way you want. And sometimes you have to surrender and understand and follow that rules. So, and the mind also the same. When the necessary conditions, things are there, the thought arises. It is not, you just put the identity. This is me, therefore this whole body. And when you are in the mother's womb, and nobody put a name to you, even that time people don't know it is a boy or girl. Now, it's that through the scans, they know. But that time that people didn't know. And when come, oh, he's a boy, he's a girl, okay, then we put this name. And they put a name to you. And now, if somebody blame to you that name, and you get so upset. If you to see this very clearly, your mental capacity should be so strong and sharp. And then you see, hey, it is just a name. But still, we carry that. We have to have a name. Why? Because to live in this world conventionally, we have to have, but not to create the becoming again and again and again. We have to be very careful. So then, what are the tools that we have in this very lifetime to understand what is nirvana? That is important. When that, as example, I am telling, okay, this is the table. This is table. And then I am talking that this place, that without a table, how it can, then what we need to do? We have to take the part out from this place. And then there is no table. So like that, there are things in our life. Once that kind of nature, if you don't have in your life, then you will understand what is the nirvana. So, what is that nature in our life? So the Buddha mentions, first you have to understand what is the suffering. That is the base. So what is the suffering in life? So the first is jatipi dukkha. And jarapi. Vyadipi. Marana. And then Piyehi Vipayogo Dukkho. Appiyehi Sampayogo Dukkho. Yang kinchi nalabati tampi dukkha. Yang kinchi. Nalabati tampi dukkha. සංකිට්ඨේන පංච උපාදානස්කන්ධා දුක්ඛ. Skandha dukkha. Oh. This is the nature of life. Once you understand this nature, when the person can overcome this nature, and then you will understand what is the nirvana. So the jatipi dukkha. Jati means becoming. Birth is a suffering. If you really look yourself, why this everything happening to you? Because the way you born, the place you born, and if you did not become like that, then this is not coming like that. So you born to this world, that's why you are in this condition like this. So otherwise, you no need to go through this all. If you look very carefully yourself, then you will understand that the first reason is you born like this. So you have, when the problem come, don't try to cover it with very sweet things, because then you will never understand it. If you want to play with the life, you have to cover this with, when the put the birthday party to here, and and put the flower to here, make gathering and laughing, and it's good. Nothing wrong with it. But yourself, if you look that why you go through this, all the problems in your life, if you look, personally ourselves, that more than the happy moments, everybody go through the suffering. To get into that happiness, maybe the happy hour is only 1 hour, maybe within that 24 hours. And the whole hours we have to pay, a lot of money. So like that, within our whole, lifetime, to get into this happiness, it's very little and more. You're trying to jump that moment. You're trying to get into that happiness. So every day it is a dream for people. So like that, the life is, once you start to see very clearly, you will see it is a struggle. Every day you have to eat. Every day you have to clean this. Every day you have to maintain this. Every day you have to, bound to the culture. Every day you have to bound to the nature. When the, weather change, you have to, follow that way. There is no escape. When the night comes, you have to, accept that. When the day comes, you have to accept that. So like that, we are prisoner to this nature. So first you have to understand. Once you understand it, then you see how I can escape from this. Otherwise, if you think this life is, beautiful, like I want to become again, and okay, keep doing this. It's okay. He cannot understand this. It is not for him. If the person think really, this is, not easy. This is every day, just, you take care some others, puppy, your dog. One day you have to, go empty hand. So it's a one day you keep doing this everything to you, and once you die, this this become just the body. The name, no. And everybody say, bring the body, keep the body, burn the body, like that. This becomes just the body. You try to maintain this with this whole suffering. So because you born like this. And then Jarapi, it's always changing. It not stay in one place. And you became like when you come to this human existence or any kind of beings, always in a journey and change. You passing ages. Time start to eat you. Once you find a place as a being, time start to eat you, eating. When you finish that place and you die, then we call that death. The time is eating you. There is no escape. When you come to the mother's womb, within 9 months, 10 months, you have to come out. Otherwise, doctors will take you out. There is no way you want to stay there. And you playing, and then suddenly say, okay, now ready to go to school. No anymore playing. Well, time, it's so you play and then you go to school and start to study. And the teachers say, okay, now you have to go to next class. You cannot stay here. You have to practice this. You keep practice, and then the parents say, okay, get ready to get married. You have to do this. You get into that. Like that, we are prisoners to this change. There is no way. And then slowly you start to see how this physical start to get old. And one day you see that this becoming, the whole hair becoming white. Nowadays, the hair color is very famous. Why? People don't want to accept this nature. There's all the organs we have, through the plastic surgeries, we can keep, even the teeth, you cannot see it is real or not. So people don't want to accept this, they try to keep changing. But if you look very carefully, you see that there is no end within this change. That is, that understanding that is the very important. And at the same time, there are many diseases come to us with the time. There is no way, even you don't like that. Nobody invite to, okay, come, when the fever comes, nobody invite, oh please, this is my husband, this is my wife, it's okay, No, okay, go away, sleep another room, don't stay with me. Even for the children, they put, somewhere because they don't want. Even just the cold, your own family people, look in different way. So it is not something good. It's always, makes the pain inside us. And it always, make a detachment from the others. And there is no escape that everybody has to go through this. Because of that is the condition of this nature. And one day you're going to die. And it happening, to everybody. There is no way. It's going to happen to you also. You must know that. One day it's going to happen to you. Like this. And nobody invite, please, death come to me. No, everybody, somehow say, please help me. Please, help me to stay more long. In the hospitals, all the doctors struggling to somehow give the breath. To at least, keep a 1 day, 1 month, like that. But you cannot escape from this. So, piyehi vipayogo dukkho, piyehi vipayogo. And sometimes in day-to-day life, and you want to stay with some people. You meet nice people. But you cannot stay with them. With the time, suddenly, they disappear. You don't know where they are. You know? And nobody can guarantee, even you find such a good people, and if you look back, now you don't know even where they are. So like that, the nature always, even though that you find people, people always, the nature is they are disappearing around you. So the appya sampayogo dukkho. And the other thing is, sometimes you have to live with people you don't like them. And that is the nature of this world. So you have to understand then these two steps. It's very carefully. If you look, you will see you have no power within you even to live with the people you want. And sometimes you have to, go through hard times with the people. Why? Because you don't like that people. But you cannot escape from them. Somehow you have to live with them. There is no way. So you have to understand that nature. Yang nalabati tampi dukkha. That means we have wishes in our life, hopes. It look like, tomorrow it's going to happen. And you become so happy and you waiting and suddenly it disappears. Like that our hopes, disappear. It's not happening the way we wish. So that is the nature of this life. And Sankitena Panchupadana Kanda Dukkha, through our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, we collecting the consciousness, we collecting the feelings, we collecting the attachment, we collecting the memories, and we creating this existence. But it also, not permanent, it always changes. You create your childhood, but with the time, what happening, you have to let go. When with the young age, and when you get old, you have to let go of your own life and your own memory. You have to let go. Know that there is no way you can keep. And Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sanskara, Vijnana. So the whatever we collect, or whatever happening within this all, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, always change. So that is the nature of life. That's why it's called this is suffering. Why this is happening this way? Because this life happening belongs to heat, motion, liquidity, hardness. These 4 elements. That's why it always changes. If there is a place that you can find that where something not belong to 4 elements, that called nirvana. So if there is a place that where you can find not belong to 4 elements, heat, motion, liquidity, hardness. So then it not become a place. It not become like something. It is a state. So when the person understands this real nature of life, then he start to look why this is happening this way. Why this is happening this way. So because that you born, otherwise you no need to go through this all. So to understand what is nirvana, first you have to see this very clearly. If somebody see this is, no, it is not like that, it is not, cannot be like this way, then he cannot understand this is, what is this mean. So then you have to see the nature of life very clearly. Once you understand the nature of life, then you start to see why this is happening like this. So because this is the in the surface level we can see as a life. So if the person even cannot see the surface level in the right way, how he can understand a reason for that? So that's why you have to be very clearly understand about your own life, not about others. First try to understand what is your life, what is meaning with this life, how this happen like this way. Once you clearly understand it, then look others. Then you will see the same thing happening to them also. Then you can find the reason within. So why the nirvana is become blissful? Because once you there is no birth, then you no need to go through this everything. So then when you no need to go through these things, it become a blissful. So then you have to understand that if this is, if you really you don't like this, then you have to understand how I can practice not to become. If you like this, then it is very easy. Why sometimes people like, people like drama, people like fighting, people like pain. Even they, sometimes they hit me. I like, feeling. They like the pain, They like the drama, end of the day without drama they cannot sleep. Even themselves, somehow they, they start to blame without a reason. And sometimes they cry without reason. They want to cry to sleep. Before they sleep, they want to cry. So they like. So they're not, the people, it's very hard to understand what this is. Because they attach to this. And they don't want to live with the good people. They always, make a reason and send them away. They don't know that, departing with the good people is something not good to do. They always sometimes go to the bad people. They always sometimes they wanna they wanna create something. So they, if like that people, so you have to understand this is really what you that going through and what is this really. Then you see how you can practice not to become. There are many ways, but how you can practice yourself. The one thing is that not to collect memory, and practically, because I have to teach you something practical, how you can use this practical. Don't try to collect the memory and live with the memory in the beginning as a basic step. Always don't try to repeat your past, and always don't try to be so ponder to future. Just go with the days, go with the moment. Don't be so excited about things. But people, it's very hard if you don't excited about future, about tomorrow something. People don't like it, And sometimes, even your birthday or even you go, for vacation, and even you meet a person, they ask, hey, are you not excited? If you say no, then it is useless. So that means they want you want to ponder to future, and you have to forget this person, and you have to wait. No. Don't do like that. Then it help, in case if you waiting for the future, for something going to happen, next week, and you waiting to go there, and you cannot even sleep here, and suddenly you die. You think you cannot escape from this? No. As a ghost, you go there. Huh?
Right.
Because why? Because that is the attachment you had, that is the dream you had. Then what is happening? When you become like that, you become powerless. You cannot do anything. It become a lower existence. And then see that you become a prisoner to your own attachment. So always keep the mind with the present situation. So another thing is always not to collect the memory with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. Don't wait to collect the memory. Oh, I want to listen. No. Wait. No. Oh, I want to see. No. Just wait. I want to smell. I want to go there and I want to smell it. I want to try it. I want to go to that place and I want to try this. I want to eat this. No. Just wait. And there's a friend say, oh, in then that area there is a good hotel, and oh, this is the menu, and they make this kind of food. Oh, you wait. Oh, I want to go there and eat. Even I cannot sleep without eating now. Then you die suddenly here. Then what will happen to you? Because you was thinking about this. Then you go there. So like that, we don't know that the where you go, but the common sense that what your consciousness follows your thoughts. So then you have to understand not to dreaming the life. That is very important to understand about the nirvana, and to cut down this becoming. Don't dream about the life. And the nirvana means that if you slowly start to understand what is this ear, what is this eye, what is this nose, what is this tongue, what is this body, and what is this mind, you will see this is not just the organ, it is a process. It is a process. And there is a reasons to happen like that. As example, sound. To come sound to your ear, there are reasons within you to hear that. There should be an ear, and that ear has to have certain ways, and there should be a sound, and it should come to you, and then you have to understand it as a sound. You need to touch you. So then you have to have the feelings about it. So there is a certain way it's go. Once you understand that system, you have power if you want to shut down it. So when you have that power to shut down eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, there is no the becoming happening. But inside us, there is a biochemical, that electricity, the system work and naturally. And there is a nature inside us. So if you cannot consciously overcome that nature, you just becoming happy. So the nirvana means that you first understand how this is happening this way. What is the link between inside your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind? And once you see that link, and you can slowly unplug it. Once you have power to unplug, then the power to become slowly you can take. But why you need to do this? First you have to understand what is the nature of life. So if you really see this as a suffering, then you can understand this. Even in the history, or even in real life, when people go through hard time, they will understand what is real life. When people go through the problems, they start to understand what is the meaning of life. So, but everything going, right? No. Everything going perfect? No. They will never understand this. No. They become paralyzed. They get addicted to this system. Then they, wish always to become like this. But it cannot be like this. So, first you have to see the reality. So, as a father, as a mother, as a, friends, as a brother, as a sister, so as a priest or as a monk, your responsibilities not to cheat the life, to show the reality. So if you go through real suffering, and don't wish the same kind of life for others. Like as example, Socrates. His wife was very, hard. So one of his students came to him and said, "Sir, I'm going to marry." I'm going to marry. So then the Socrates said, "Oh, I see." Okay. And the student was, so upset because he didn't tell something, good or good or do it like that. And then he asked, "Why you didn't tell anything?" Then the Socrates told, "How I can tell like that? See my wife." See my wife, So I don't want to wish you the same. So if I cannot experience something good, how I can wish you to have that? So like that, you have to see what is really, that going through you, and see that is the real life, not the books or not the dharma or not. The what you going through, that is the real life. So first you have to understand this. Hey, this is the life. Then you look yourself, why this is happening this way. You will start to see the reasons. So don't cheat to children, don't cheat to others, don't cheat to people. Because it's like this, when you're going through hard time and you try to show like everything good and everything right, perfect like this. No, if you're going through hard time, you have to tell to your children, your parents, your mother, father, it is hard time, you're going through hard time. Otherwise, even you cannot come out from that situation. You go more worse. You hiding from everybody. And even you, one day you become helpless. No, at the very first moment when you're going through some situation, if you, tell to your mother, father, "Hey, mother, father, I'm going through this way, please help me." Then maybe they give the advice. Why? Because they also went through that and they know what's going to happen. Then they say, "Hey, don't do this way, do that way." Like that. So like that, you have to be open. Once you open, it's become, very easy to understand. But once we covered from ourselves, from others, from the people, from the husband, wife, children, once we covered our own life, one day we become helpless. So it's very important, if you thinking about attaining to nirvana, first be real. Look very clearly what is the reality. You don't need to tell to everybody, this way. No, at least Just try to understand yourself. What is this is. Then you start to look how to escape from this. Otherwise, if you enjoy life, okay, go. And until you get tired, nobody can help. So, when you understand this, everything going through the hard time, and when there is all the sufferings, then you will see what is the nirvana and how it is blissful. So, and there is the way that you can practice little by little, and day-to-day life always thinks this way. I is impermanent. Whatever the I contact, impermanent. I object, impermanent. I consciousness, impermanent. I object, impermanent. I feelings, impermanent. I clinging, impermanent. I existence, impermanent. And sometimes the old people, and they don't know what to think in their life. And so when they get old, they know that everything is like in life illusion. But there is no place to keep their mind even when they die. They don't know what to think. So then try to keep practice this. I impermanent. I object impermanent. I consciousness impermanent. I feelings impermanent. And I clinging impermanent. I existence impermanent. Your impermanent. Your object impermanent. Your consciousness impermanent. Your clinging impermanent. Your feelings impermanent. Your existence impermanent. Knows impermanent. Knows object impermanent. Knows consciousness impermanent. Knows feeling impermanent. Knows contact impermanent. And knows clinging impermanent. Knows existence impermanent. Tongue impermanent. Tongue contact impermanent. Tongue consciousness impermanent. Tongue feeling impermanent. Tongue clinging impermanent. Tongue existence impermanent. The body impermanent. Body contact impermanent. Body consciousness impermanent. Body feelings impermanent. Body clinging impermanent. Body existence impermanent. Mind impermanent. Mind object impermanent. Mind consciousness impermanent. Mind contact impermanent. Mind feeling impermanent. Mind existence clinging impermanent. Mind existence impermanent. Just like as a mantra, sometimes people, the saying names about some things, and some god, or, sometimes people keep chanting, they think it's going to help for them. And after the death, they go to, some places like that. They believe. But I am not the person to say it is right or wrong. But if you keep practice this way, at least one day you can overcome this becoming. So always keep practice this thinking. Then one day you will see there is a time come to you to understand what this is and what is this mean. So try to always keep thinking that way, and then even consciously, if you one day going to die, once you start to keep your mind like that, it helps you to not to become. Because then the mind, the consciousness will start to detach from everything. There is no place to cling. But if we keep the memory with the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, we always thinking to become again and again. with this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So try to practice like that and keep doing like chanting. About eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and keep chanting like this. And then when you're going to die and you lying down and nobody even around you, and you start to keep practice. Eye impermanent, ear impermanent, nose impermanent. Then there is a knowledge start to come to you how it can happen. So why the nirvana become blissful? Because the life is miserable. That's why. When there is no life, that's why the nirvana is become blissful. If the life is blissful, then we should not go like this. Why the life is miserable? Because the life is not belong to you, it belong to 4 elements. That's why we have to surrender to these things. So then in the surface level, be open yourself. Don't try to cover it. Be truthful to you, yourself, and to others. And see it very clearly and then accept it and see how you can come out through this. And try to keep practice with the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and how it is informed. Okay. So is there any questions, please?
Honorable sir,
Yeah.
but you said earlier about telling you're going through hard times and things. But if you start being this kind of person, then you get rejected because people doesn't like
It's
negative
like this.
people.
No.
Person.
The being open and it's like this is not telling whatever happened you have to tell to your parents or others like that. But sometimes you go through hard times and even that you don't know what it is. And then sometimes you come to your parents and you tell, and you come to some elders and you tell and you get the advice. Sometimes we need advice, and sometimes we need the push from others. We need to get a push from others. So it is not always complaining. Complaining and asking help, becoming a debtor is different. So, but getting a support is different. As example, we use credit cards. It helps you to maintain your life sometimes, and you use it as a money. So it's like you have a support, and like if you wanna get some advice from your mother, father, or some elders, or the priest, or from somebody about really that whatever that you're looking for, and it is good. That's why even that about life, that see that we practicing meditation and we listening to Dhamma, we listening to people, we have to keep listening and we have to need advices. But getting advices and complaining about life is 2 different things. So nothing wrong asking advice, but the complaining about life is something else. So that day I told, don't complain about life. Be a person to strong yourself. But getting advice is you more becoming like you surrender, and you becoming to harmony with others, not to detach from them. So it helps you to keep open mind So that's why sometimes people discuss, and people come to the decisions, with the gathering. And sometimes people have the power and they have the strength. If you know what this is and how to do it and what is the results come, you can do it. But sometimes if you don't know what this is and what the results going to happen, how this is happening, definitely you need advice. Otherwise that it become hard. But there are some people, they have the strength, go through the difficulties, understand themselves and come over the difficulties. But everybody cannot do that. So, but the difference is what I told, the complaining about life and getting advice about life.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for coming today. We're going to do loving kindness meditation for a moment.